We begin on the NFL gridiron, where the New York Giants made huge headlines this week for something other than a loss, but more on that later. New York football this season has been anything but in the giving mood this holiday season, unless you're an opponent. Gang Green, for all their hard efforts and team spirit, could use Yankee great Mariano Rivera. Why, you ask? Because they simply cannot close. A 34-yard fumble return for a touchdown and a 60-yard punt return for a score capped a stunning swing in the fourth quarter that lifted the Carolina Panthers to a 35-27 comeback win over the sinking Jets. We go inside the locker room for more.
I'd say, just as a collective, and me being one of the leaders on this team, is just starting enforcing the little things a lot more. And that starts on the practice field. So just going back and enforcing situational football. It's not just like a basic first down, it's just situational football. I think that's about it for us to turn the corner, honestly.
Stuff happens in the NFL, and we were playing so well the whole game. We shouldn't have let that happen. But, them guys made plays. I give them all the credit.
Got to finish, man. It's simple. Everybody sees it. We're not finishing ball games. The ones we lose, we blow leads, and we have to get better.
I feel like, it's growing pains. We gain life, games, everything, and it's not always about. It's not how you start. It's how you finish, and that's what we're lacking. That we got to improve in that aspect. We can't let those key situations, those key moments, and give up those. Make the game easier for them. We can't do that.
The Jets are now 4-7. They welcome another struggling club to MetLife Stadium on Sunday as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town for a 1 p.m. kickoff. The recently signed Darrelle Revis will be suiting up for the Chiefs when they visit the Jets, a team with which he played for 8 seasons. We'll see if Revis Island returns or if the Jets can stop their recent 2-game slide. The Giants, meanwhile, continued their woes in Washington last week. The Redskins managed to post a 20-10 win over the anemic G-men. Kirk Cousins threw 2 touchdown passes to compensate for a pick-6, and the Skins beat Big Blue on Thanksgiving night in a matchup between 2 injury-depleted teams that did not look ready for prime time. One man that was always ready for prime time was Giants signal caller Eli Manning. Manning was at Giants practice Wednesday, except this time the 2-time Super Bowl MVP was no longer the main man. He was the understudy, relegated to the scout team, splitting reps with rookie Davis Webb. Giants head coach Ben McAdoo shocked the NFL world Tuesday, announcing that he will start Geno Smith at quarterback for Sunday's game against the Oakland Raiders. That game kicks at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time and will mark the end of an era. It snaps Manning's streak of 210 consecutive regular season games, the second longest by a quarterback in NFL history, behind Brett Favre and his 297. More on Manning's legacy in the C-list. Stay tuned. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The next manager of the New York Yankees will be one of these 6 candidates: Aaron Boone, Rob Thompson, Hensley Mullins, Carlos Beltran, Eric Wedge, or Chris Woodward. Yankees GM Brian Cashman told reporters he has finished interviewing candidates. Cashman said there will be no second round of interviews, and he will make a recommendation to owner Hal Steinbrenner soon. Sources have highlighted the interviews of Boone, Mullins, and Beltran as strong, while Thompson, a Yankee employee for 28 years, would likely be the safest choice. Tough call, but if it's between one of the younger candidates, I might lean towards Bam Bam Mullins, who has been the bench coach for Bruce Bochy in San Francisco, and he speaks 5 different languages, including Japanese. He also managed Didi Gregorius and the Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic. Boone, meanwhile, comes from a baseball family dynasty, and Beltran just wrapped a possible 20-year Hall of Fame career that includes success with both New York teams and, of course, a World Series this year with the Houston Astros. On the NBA hardwood, the Knicks are coming off a 115-86 win over Miami Wednesday night. The 11-10 Knicks will host Orlando Sunday at the Garden. The Nets will host Atlanta Saturday. They are 8-13 on the year after beating Dallas 109-104 Wednesday night. Knicks fans can also breathe a sigh of relief. An MRI taken Thursday on Knicks star Kristaps Porzingis' injured right ankle was negative, revealing no damage. Porzingis was hurt Wednesday when Justice Winslow stepped on Porzingis' right foot. On the ice, the Rangers are 13-10-2 and will take on Carolina at home tonight. The Hurricanes are 10-8-5. The Broadway Blue Shirts will be looking to bounce back from a 5-4 defeat to Florida on Tuesday night. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for more on Eli Manning. Just when you thought the season and the franchise couldn't get any further into the abyss, Giants head coach Ben McAdoo goes and does this. Let's be clear, Eli Manning one day will have a bust in Canton, Ohio. I don't care if you don't like him, he's a Hall of Famer. If he never takes another snap in the NFL, he's a Hall of Famer. And more importantly, Eli Manning is the greatest quarterback to ever wear a Giants uniform. And that puts him in some pretty elite company with the likes of Wyatt Tittle and Charlie Connerly. The franchise might be known for its defensive stalwarts, but when the team has won championships, they've had some pretty good quarterbacks under center, guys like Phil Simms. But none have done it better than Eli Manning. And for that, Eli deserves much better than this. Manning had started every Giants game since November 21st, 2004, dating back to his rookie season where he was the #1 overall pick in the draft when he took over for Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. He led the Giants to 2 Super Bowl titles, both against the New England Patriots and arguably the greatest quarterback ever in Tom Brady. The Giants are 2-9 this season. McAdoo cited being out of contention and evaluating his roster, including at quarterback, as the reason for the change. Manning, who has 14 touchdown passes to 7 interceptions this season, will turn 37 on January 3rd. Although we don't know what next season will bring, I hope Eli gets one more chance to shine in his Giants uniform. Geno Smith becomes the first Giants black starting quarterback in franchise history, making the Giants the final team in the NFL to do that. Smith also started 30 games in his four seasons with the Jets, but let's be real, he's not the future. Got some talent, but if he couldn't hack it with the Jets, you really think he's anything more than a backup with the Giants. And rookie Davis Webb, yes, he's a 3rd rounder, but you think he's ready? I say not. And I say Smith gets a rude awakening on Sunday in Oakland when he's running for his life behind that horrible offensive line for the Giants, searching for anyone to throw the ball to. There's no Odell Beckham Jr. out there, my friend. Good luck. As for Manning, I think he'll get a chance to get back on the field and write a better ending to his fairy tale career, But if I'm Eli, I want out of New York. I'll take my chances with Tom Coughlin in Jacksonville or John Elway in Denver. Like the Knicks learned when Patrick Ewing was sent packing, life afterward isn't what you think it's going to be. The Giants are in for a rude awakening themselves. Sorry, Eli, you deserved much better than this. And thank you for 2 Super Bowl MVPs and 1 classy career. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.